Hi guys, it's me, Andrea. Okay, today I will show you a bunch of Christmas cards I made. It's this time of year again, so I use some of my brushes here and have already this cutted cardstock put. It's watercolor paper actually. It works best with this brushes. They are and yeah, just when you don't know them. Watercolor pigments, very, very rich and absolutely fantastic. I put them down here on the dry paper, different colors, and when I put everything on, I will spritz it with water. But you can already put that on, or you can put it on already wet paper. That works as well. It has a different effect. You can play with them, and I always like to do that. It's so beautiful. You don't need a lot. A tiny bit is brings you a long way. So look at this effect. It is so fantastic. And when you let it dry, naturally it will stay in this pattern, but I never can wait, so I have to do it with my heat gun, and that changed a bit the pattern. I use this die. That's one of this dies from Tim Holtz mixed media dies, and used it here on that craft paper. And I'm thinking about of putting it on top of this, and I look here for the right pattern, and I think at some stage I will find something what makes me happy. And this is actually a glitter paper, but it's a glitter that doesn't flake. It's really great. So I cut it out with one of my circle dies, and it should be a bauble. And I use a tiny bit, I cut a tiny bit out with the scissors, that I have this little, whatever you call it, thing on top. Nupsi, I would call it Nupsi. But that's what I would call it in German. I don't know what would you call it, this little, yeah, hanging or hanger, or yeah. I glue this down on that card with normal glue. It's a bit fuzzy to get all the glue on top, and but I made it. So I leave a little edge here, and I thought that would look nice, but it doesn't, or it didn't, because I changed it already. So you see a normal thread for the bauble should hang down. It looks a bit stupid putting it there on the middle of the card without something. Looks like it's hovering there. So that's why I put the thread on, and I will put the bauble on a 3D craft foam or sticky foam. First I glue it behind, and then I use this Scotch 3D foam. Oh, no, that's not the Scotch one, that's the cheaper one. So for that one thing, it was okay. Yep, okay. And as I said, I didn't like the edge. It looked so busy, and I wanted to calm that down. So I used my post-it notes here, this tape, post-it tape, to protect everything. And then I go over with, I have this one that's a black glitter paint or pen, and it matched the bauble. That is much better. It gives a better contrast, with all the paint, all the colors in the background. You need a bit of a, yeah, bit of a contrast, and not the same busy background. So this is simply Happy Christmas in German stamp, and I put a bit of glitter on, but it is a clear glitter, holographic clear glitter. And that's it. And I put that on top of my card base. But it's nice and shiny, isn't it? I like this paper. This glitter paper is fantastic. Never liked it in the past because it always flakes off, and I really don't like that. You have all the glitter flakes laying around. Awful. But this is fantastic. So next one. I go over here with gesso to, yeah, not only mute it down, but to have more yeah, one colorful background, and I use this stems. That's from a stem set. Halala, stem set. Sorry, from Viva Decor actually, and I really like to use this little trees. And this is from a napkin I got from someone, a huge parcel of napkins, and this little owl one with it. A lot of these animals with this red Father Christmas hats, and I really like them. So this owl gets onto this card. I will extend this little twig it sits on with this black pen, and yeah, go with sketchy lines around everything. And I think I even start here with my white Posca, and yeah, highlight some stuff here and there. And then I thought that might look quite nice to use it on the trees as well, instead of doing it with acrylic paint and a brush. That's so much easier doing it with a pen, and it's acrylic paint, and it is really covering. That's a good thing. And of course, it should be a winter scene, so there will be snow. But I can't remember when we had the last time snow. It's a bit, yeah, we have snow every now and again in the winter, but not as I think about when I was a kid. We really had meters of snow, 2 meters of snow. Yeah, that has gone this time, but I'm not unhappy about that. There's always so much hassle when you have all that snow, and then driving with a car. No. So that's the Merry Christmas with white acrylic, and it's not really visible. So that's why I go over with my black pen. First with a white Sharpie, Posca, of course, it's not the Sharpie. And then I go around the edges with my Zig black pen. That's a 0.05, very fine. And I will put this card down on black cardstock to have a bit of contrast, and then put it down on my basic card. And that's the next one. Okay, I will show you this card. I produced it actually out of wash-up paper. You know, this clean-up paper, not wash-up paper. Oops, something fell. Can't see where. I cut it to size here, of course, and from the leftover I cut this baubles out. Yeah, they should be baubles, and worked on them, put more paint on them. So, but that's what it looks like. And what I wanted to show you, actually, I had this left over, and I work on the other ones and use some glitter paper, and I had the leftovers laying with this next to it, and it ended up like this. And I thought, my yay, that looks fantastic, doesn't it? So that was a bit longer. I cut it to size already. So I thought that might make a beautiful card, and I will go for that now. Okay, so that's what happens sometimes, you know. That's one of these happy things, or these lucky things what happens, and it's always perfect. So by surprise, when you just see that, you chuck stuff away on the left because you don't need it anymore, and we'll sort out later, and then you see it together, and it makes a fantastic embellishment for a card. So I use this stamp with this sentiment, Christmas sentiment, in this long stripe, and I thought that's absolutely perfect for this card. I use a green embossing powder here to pick up the color from that card. And it's not a sentiment actually. It always it's words, Christmas words. What does it say? Chocolate, eggnogs, bells, and all that stuff. Stars and can't remember. And I will do the same on the other side. I simply eyeball it, and it, as I always say, I'm not after perfection. It should look handmade. That's what I always think. Perfection doesn't look handmade, doesn't it? So, and the same on this side, of course. Already melted it, and I want to have it like this. Of course, the edges need to be done with a black ink pen I use here, the Pitt pen. Gives it more depth when you have the edges dark instead of white. So it's always hard to glue down stuff here on this glitter paper, but at the end of the day it worked. And I use here this Scotch 3D foam pad, glue stripes, or tape, to give it a bit more dimension, because it's a very, what do you call it, muted card, or there's not a lot of going on, so it's always nice to have more dimension on it. And that's it. So the next card I made, it was basically the same card I made with this owl a bit at the beginning, but this time I used a little rabbit to from a napkin in the same way with this Santa hat, and really cute rabbit, but I messed it up when I glued it down with Mod Podge, and I didn't want to chuck that card out. It's not necessary, because you can always cover stuff up. So that's why I thought I'll draw this little house down and cover it with it. And look at this. It's such a cute little rabbit, isn't it? But it was so messed up. I couldn't leave it like this. But I didn't want to lose the background, I go over the whole thing now with gesso, because I want to work with not acrylics, acrylics at the end of the day. It's the dilution paint. It works much better when you have some gesso in the background. And here I use basically the grey, and for the house, for the building, for the walls, and I use for the roof, it will be red. I started out with white because I thought it's winter and it will be snow, but it didn't work the way I wanted it, so that's why I use the red for the roof, bit of yellow and orange for the windows, of course. Start with the red for the bricks on that walls, and that's what I wanted to do, a bit of this tiles in red, but then I thought, no, that doesn't work. I wanted to do it then the other way around, have the red roof with bit of white on top, to show it's snow, and edging here the house. And I go over with my that's my Zig pen. It's, what is it called? Zig Memory System Millennium for drawing. It's a black one. Kuritake it is. Actually, it's a 0.05. I discovered this ones recently, and I really like them. They, some of this 0.05 there, especially from Copic, they're a bit stubborn when I work on acrylic paint with it. They don't like it, but this one is really good. So a bit of shading here, of course, and that's what I said with my Posca here. I'm drawing these tiles down, and I think this way around is much better. A bit of snow in front of the house, piling up there. Will be a wintry scene, of course. And there for the window benches, a bit of snow is hanging down. But I think that's it. It will cover up my little rabbits, that really cute rabbit. I think I will do another one with this rabbit because it's so cute. I like it so much. And I do the same with my white Posca here on the tree. So much easier to fill that in. You can see, sorry, I left some areas on the left side on that tree because of I'm not filling it in. It's stars on there, and I will use a glitter pen later to fill that in. Okay, a bit of shading with the white Posca here and there, of course, but I think that's pretty much all, and I will work on the tree soon with my gel pen. That's a very simple sparkly gel pen, nothing special, I think. What is it from? But I like the color. Oh, it's not that simple. It's Uniball, actually. I didn't know that. And because they were so cheap, I had, don't know, 30 or 40 of them. And it was a fantastic offer. It's Uniball. Okay, I glue that down, or I layer it, this time on a mirror card. I thought because of the wintry scene, it looks, yeah, cool with a mirror card. And that goes down on the base. And that's it, actually. I will show you a short close-up now. You can see the stars. They're nice and glittery, and it's really nice. And no one will know that there's this cute bunny behind. It's hiding behind the house. And now I will show you all the cards I made. I made a few more, of course. That's on the right corner down there. I showed the technique before in a video, so yeah, and that's it. I thank you a lot for watching, guys. I hope you like it, and I hope I will see you with my next project soon. So have a fantastic time, guys. Bye bye.